your girl Mashari, and I'm back with another video. Okay, people have been complaining about how I pronounce my name. They said I should pronounce it more native. So let's start again. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Mashari. And I'm back. Or should I be like, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl Mashari Shashamoha, and I'm back with another YouTube video. Right that. What's up? Okay, so today, we'll be talking about toxic relationships, right? What is a toxic relationship? So it's any relationship between people where there is just bad competition, there's no support from both parties or from one party, or like there's just disrespect. So you guys are in any form of relationship. It can be like family, it can be like your partner. Like let's say for instance, I wanna participate in Winter Fashion Week. And people are like, no, Moshari, I don't think, catwalk is for you, just stick to pageantry. There's no support, there's just bad competition. Competition is good, but then somehow when you want to see me fall, or like when I want to see you fall in order for me to feel successful, that's just bad competition. A toxic relationship is constantly unpleasant and draining for the people in it, to the point that negative moments outweighs the positive ones. There is just an argument about something. Every single time we just arguing, and then it has come to a point where I feel suffocated by your presence or something like that. And then like I don't even remember the last time we had a nice conversation. I don't even remember the last time we did something fun, or we just had a normal conversation that was like productive, without an argument. Without disagreement is okay. It's actually very healthy to disagree sometimes in a relationship, but then somehow all the arguments and all the bad memories outweighs the positive ones. Then you should know that no, something is not right, right? Toxic relationships are mentally, emotionally, and possibly physically damaging to one or both parties. Like, people, listen, you're in a relationship, right? It doesn't have to be like an intimate relationship. It can be friendship or family members or whatever. And you have been in so many arguments, and like mentally you feel damaged. It's so many arguments. You start feeling, if it is your partner, you start feeling insecure, like, and then like somehow your self-esteem is broken, and you feel like you're just losing yourself. Do you understand it? Because of these relationship, but sometimes you don't even see it. You just feel like it's one of those bad days, do you understand, in the relationship, but then it just sucks the energy and all the good out of you, just because you're in a toxic relationship. Do you understand? And then sometimes, because of all this stress around you, it leads you into depression or like mini anxieties and all these things, and this is totally unhealthy. And just a toxic relationship can cause you so much harm. Do you understand? And sometimes people deal with stress differently, and some people lead to cutting themselves, somehow, because like they feel like the physical pain somehow distracts them from the emotional pain. Do you understand? So they feel like they need to divert the attention from the mental pain that they have. So like they're gonna cut themselves, and that is not cut themselves, and that is not right. Do you understand? Moving on. I preach, guys. I talk too much. But moving on, okay. Toxic people have either been in a toxic relationship, either as a child or romantically. Maybe they didn't have the most supportive, loving upbringing. They could have been bullied in school. They could be suffering from an undiagnosed mental health disorder such as depression, anxiety, or bipolar. Okay, guys. You just, from the word go, we have always been in a toxic relationship, right? So it becomes a norm to you. Do you understand? You only know, maybe you wouldn't identify it as toxic because that's all you have ever known, so that's normal to you. So if you have always been in a toxic relationship, once you get in a normal relationship, you'll be the toxic one, because somehow that's how you know a relationship to be, and so in the other person's eyes it will be toxic, but to you it will be normal, because like this is how you know a relationship to be. And sometimes we all have different backgrounds, right? um so maybe like in your childhood, you didn't have the most supportive, loving upbringing. Maybe you were just bullied, so this stains you mentally as a child, right? You and upbringing becomes part of who you are. So when you get into a relationship, because this is how you ever know a relationship to be, you become the toxic person in the relationship, but you self not knowing that you are being toxic, because that's normal to you, you know, that's from childhood, that's how it has always been. Do you understand? So or maybe you just have a mental issue that has not been diagnosed, you know. Probably you've got bipolar, you know, and people just have taken it as mood swings, you know. Or you've got depression or anxiety. But you know, people did not really think it was that serious. It was probably like, she's a teenager, she's going through her phase. And probably you are just suffering mentally and you like did not identify that. So it grows up with you, you know. You grow up with this mental disorder that you're not even aware of. So like some of these things are the ones that makes a person to become really that toxic. Do you understand? And so most of the time, like 80% of the time, they don't even know that they're being toxic or they're toxic in the relationship. Listen, the first sign of a toxic relationship is persistent unhappiness. Are you listening? Listen, listen. Try to get me real quick. In a relationship, you're supposed to be happy. And you know, there's this thing that a happy in a healthy relationship, there are always arguments, there are always disagreements, you know. And it's quite okay, it's quite okay. That's very much true. There will be um arguments in a relationship. That's a sign that it's healthy, right? But if persistently 80% of the time you are unhappy with this person, je mudbet kucha, nah, something is not right. Something, find yourself being envious of of happy couples, you know. You find like your friend is like, my baby did this for me, you know. My God, I am so grateful that this person brought me, that God brought this person into my life. I'm so grateful for a. And then you're just like, yeah, ne, okay. Because you know, deep down inside, you are not even happy in the relationship that you are in. And seeing other people being happy, you become envious. Like, "Jemu check, Shani." No, no, something, somewhere is not right. Another red flag is a negative shifts in your mental health. Do you understand? Personality or self-esteem. So mentally, you know, mental health. If you feel like I am just not at the right space right now mentally, like I am not where I want to be, it's not, I am not clean, I don't feel happy, I'm not at peace, né? And your self-esteem, somehow you don't feel beautiful enough, you don't feel like comfortable in the clothes that made you feel comfortable, you know, clothes that you could wear and you feel beautiful, you feel fierce in them. Somehow now that is just gone, like your self-esteem just dropped and your personality has dropped as well, because like you were probably that outspoken, that, yeah, but you know, person that are just like, okay, no, somebody comes and say whatever they want to say, you'll be like, okay, you know, you're just not the same person anymore. Do you understand? These are some of the things you have to look at as well. And when you're feeling nervous or uncomfortable, especially around your significant other, check, kucha, something is not right. And when you start feeling bad for doing things on your own time, because you feel the need to attend to your partner all the time, you feel the need to, not that this person forces you to, but somehow you just feel like a mood. Do you understand? Then you should also know, kucha, nah, something somewhere somehow ain't right. And it comes to a point when you're not yourself anymore, you know, you feel like you need to like give everything, give your whole time and your whole attention to this person. You don't even have time for yourself, you know. This person is just like 99.9% just there, and you feel you need to be just, you know, just give and give. And some people are just naturally people's pleasers. Maybe like you just feel like, but I love seeing people happy. I love making people smile. I get that. But but there is a point where you pour into another person's glass. Their glass start overflowing. They are happy. You're doing the most to like keep this person happy and whatever. Not noticing that your glass is actually drying out. Do you understand? That's how mental health comes in. That's where mental health comes in. Do you understand? So you're giving out too much. There's nothing wrong with like giving out. There's no reason to feel bad about it, to question it. But when it comes to a point that you are emptying yourself to fill somebody else up, then it's a problem. And most of the time when this happens, your family, like let's say if like the relationship between you and your significant other is toxic, your family and friends will notice the change in you, like your personality, like but I'm sure you're not the same. I don't know, you're just not the same. The energy that you had, the spark that you had is not there anymore. What is happening? I don't feel like this person is right for you and whatever. They will tell you, they'll be like, mom, man, you're not the same person anymore. What is going on, Habu? Whoa, after you met this person, you're just like, what's happening? Why you they will give you those are hints you should need to take very seriously, because like you need to know, honey, why are these people saying this. You need to. But then when you don't see it, you be like, but they're just jealous of the relationship that I'm in. That's what most people say. When they are confronted with that, you're not, ever since you met this person, you're not the same. They'd be like, you're just jealous of my relationship, which is not the case. I don't believe in when a relationship is toxic, run. That wouldn't be the first advice I would give you. I would say sit down with the person that you feel like they're toxic, that you feel like that maybe you are the toxic one as well. Maybe like you are like doing this to other people, you're not noticing it. Maybe like you can like fix yourself. Or if you feel like you're in a relationship where your partner is toxic, you sit down and talk to this person. Raise your concerns, voice out, say what is bothering you. Maybe it might help. Maybe there will be a shift in action. Maybe this person will not, maybe this person not really know that they were being toxic. So maybe they will change and things will be for the better. But if you can't communicate, if you have tried communicating and this person is just like not trying to change, not even putting in any effort or whatever, I suggest you go. Like, pack your things, pack whatever pride, pack whatever self-esteem, pack whatever dignity you're left with, and go. Because like, if this person is poisoning, because what this person is doing is just poisoning your growth. I feel like love should never cost you your peace. You should never lose peace because of love. Am I making sense? You shouldn't. It should never cost you your joy. Love should never cost you your joy. If in a relationship there is more negative than positive, then something needs to change. And you are responsible for that. You are responsible on who you bring into your life. You're responsible for who you tolerate to be in your life. You are in control of your life. There is no way you can say, no, I can't do that. I can't let go of this person. Because at the end of the day, we are all left with choices. Do you understand? It's not easy. Letting go of somebody is not, I swear, it is not easy. Because as toxic as this person is, you might actually really love them, and you don't want to let go. But then if it's costing you your joy, baby girl, if it's costing you your mental health, your peace, something needs to change. If there is no change, get out. Okay? Because you're worth being happy. You are worth peace of mind. You are worth feeling beautiful and being beautiful. You are worth all the beautiful million things in the world. And you cannot hold that back because of love. Poisonous love. You know what I'm saying? Let go. It's not easy, I know, but you need to let go if you're in a toxic relationship. Okay? Okay, girl. So that was the video for today, guys. That was the video for today. I want to hear your comments. Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Do you think you might be in a toxic relationship? If I am the one that made you realize that you're in a toxic relationship, you are welcome. You know, do better for yourself. Do what's good for you. And yeah, with that said, remain beautiful.